Welcome.
Welcome to Coffee and Cleavage.
Woo.
I'm Lynnie,
And I'm Shantal.
and hello, Gary.
Hello.
I'm
How are you, ladies?
doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's the topic today?
He's what did you say? Is this going to be another like treacherous topic? Apparently, Gary doesn't like talking about sex.
Who
Does
said
it make
that?
you feel uncomfortable? You're like, is it gonna be another terrible topic?
Depressing topic.
Depressing sex topic.
Guys are like, I'll be in his spot while
Oh, yeah.
bitching about topics.
We should have had a lot of people beg to have your job.
Oh,
You
are you guys
know,
gonna replace me one day?
we on our page we had this whole fuck, marry, kill
Oh God.
just for engagement. The answers were hilarious.
Oh,
Sorry, Gary.
I was pretty pissed. No one wanted to fuck me. That's fucked up.
Actually, I have to say a couple people did say, that they would marry you or fuck you and then be in an open relationship with Lynnie and I.
Yeah, if someone did say they'd be roommates with you and split the bills and you can come and go as you
Nice.
please. I'm like, okay, that's not what we asked, but okay.
Did you ever used to play that game though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like fuck, marry, kill. What? That's such a fucked up game.
It really is. Jesus.
It's like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill. Making a list of all your first, second, and third choices.
There's all kinds of fucked up games if you think about it back in those days for us.
Primary
growing
school.
Up. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. It definitely got people talking.
Yeah.
A lot about Gary. They're like, oh, poor Gary. I'm sorry, Gary. I guess I have to kill you. Well, today we're going to talk about positions, a little revisit. This was one of our very first episodes.
And damn it, we don't have our little stick figure people.
I
Remember we said
know.
next time we'll have little figurines.
I know.
So you can demonstrate the
Yeah.
positions. And some underrated ones to make you feel bigger, regardless of your dick size. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's always a plus.
Mhm.
Well, I guess we'll just start. What's your favorite position? I know we've talked about it before, but has your favorite position changed or evolved?
I mean, not really.
She's like, let me think about this. No.
Honestly, I'm open. I love trying all different kinds of positions, you
Yeah.
know. I love doggy. I love when you're on your side and getting it from behind that way.
Spooning.
Yeah. Yeah, is that I don't even know what position to call that. I guess spooning.
There's so many
in a way.
names.
Yeah. Being on top's fun. Like, huh? My mic is all messed up.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. What about you?
I think my positions have evolved over time for sure. Like I
Mhm.
used to, prefer just like a couple. And now it's like, oh, I'm up for anything as well. I actually have grown to like doggy more than I previously liked it because it was never really my position
I
before.
fucking love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy it. And let's see but my still preferred is just girl on top,
Yeah.
cowgirl.
Yeah.
That's definitely my go-to, but I don't have to go to it first or
Mhm.
every time,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's so many funny named positions
Oh,
that
I
I'm like, I
know.
need literally an instruction manual for how the fuck you're supposed to contort into this position. Like some of them are hilarious.
Mhm.
You think some are just to be like, oh, try this position, and they're so because I've tried some and they do not feel good at all.
Like
Yeah.
what?
Reverse cowgirl kind of
Yeah.
hurts.
I can
mean,
agree
That
with
makes
that.
sense because it's
it's like,
making your dick
yeah,
go the
you're going
yeah.
the other way.
Unless you happen to be curved a different way, maybe.
I think that's more of like an aesthetically
Like,
turns them
I
on
mean,
aesthetically,
it's hot
you
because
know.
you're
yeah.
looking at an
Yeah.
ass, but it's, I mean,
Yeah.
not my go-to.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like reverse cowgirl is one of those like it looks really hot.
It's fun to do for like a minute or
A
two.
minute.
And then okay, let's yeah.
Okay, this is a
Yeah.
little painful if you go too long in that position. But what's your favorite position? Or your favorite two?
I would probably have to say doggy and legs up, like all the way up.
Like
So girl on her back, and her legs up, like
The
almost
Yeah, they
overhead.
call that the valedictorian or
Oh
the
yeah.
Ooh,
V or the
yeah.
So
V.
before you say the positions that your feels like your dick is the biggest, let me guess them.
Okay. I like that. Go ahead.
I think that's one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
especially because like so essentially the position you're describing is a modified missionary position. So
Mm-hmm.
guys on top, girls on bottom, but the switch up is her legs are up either on either shoulder in a V or two legs to the side, which is I don't know what letter we want to fucking call that, but
It's a
you're
V.
just yeah, it's a what?
Just a V, I
Well, I know,
guess.
but if you put two legs to the side and the
Hmm.
girl crosses her ankles, that's another like one where he feels bigger in addition to the V.
Mhm.
Because there's just
Well,
like a lot of
and
control.
I like that because you can put legs up and the girl's almost going up, so you're hitting G
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she can also like be like not only like if her legs are on the side together, like pressing her legs together, squeezing, and you're at
Mhm.
like that nice angle too.
Mhm.
I don't know what the other one would be though. Trying to think of what's another one that would be where it makes the guy or the
You're
girl.
skipping ahead.
Uh,
I we wrote down some of these positions that we could say like yes,
Lazy
no,
dog.
or meh.
That
Yeah, the
cracks me up.
lazy
What
dog.
is the lazy dog?
Oh, I should have copied the photo into that. But essentially, it's like instead of doggy, it's like the lazy dog. So you're instead of I think you're laying.
Probably just laying down
You're
now.
just laying.
Just
So
laying there
the
like
girl is just laying and the guy is over the top. So it's the lazy dog because your legs are flat.
that's fucking funny.
That I feel like that's a difficult one.
That one I feel like it's not can't be too lazy though. I mean, I feel like you can arch your back up a lot and you can like do different
Yeah.
things with your ass to make it more.
So
You're
like the
not just
girl, you're
laying
saying the
there.
girl's just laying,
Yeah. Just
fully
laying
laying.
ass up. And so you're
Face
going
down,
from
ass
behind.
up.
Yeah. But you're not like on all fours, you're laying. Or you could have a pillow under you and that would kind of like elevate it a
Pop it
little
up a
bit. You'd
little.
be propped up a little bit. That would be
I like
better.
that one actually.
Yeah, the pillow. That's another one that you're asking which make you feel bigger. Apparently the pillow is another one. And it's because of that angle. I think it's
Yeah.
anything where you're at an angle and you're not just like whatever, flat.
Mhm.
You can also do that one in the shower too. The one instead of like laying flat, you're like laying up against the wall.
Oh.
So for
Yeah.
doggy, instead of being on your hands and knees in the shower, because that's not very comfortable, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could be leaned over something as well, but up
Mhm.
against the wall from behind. That's
That's what
hot
depend
too.
on the height,
Yeah,
right?
depending on the height.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a big height discrepancy, then like maybe you need a bench inside your
Yeah.
shower.
Yeah.
You have one leg up. That sounds like a modified doggy style.
Modified dog.
Modified
Okay, what
dog.
about this helicopter one? What? That is look like you're scissoring from behind.
So it's like upside down. So they call the octopus when you're like sitting facing each other like this, and we really should have had those people,
Yeah.
right? So it's almost like a scissoring type of scenario, but
But
not.
yeah.
Yeah. So but then the helicopter is upside down, so people are like
Ah.
this.
It's
So you're like this,
that just
and it
seems so
looks really
complicated.
I feel like when it's
complicated.
complicated, you're just like, what the fuck are we doing?
I think that people want to do it as a challenge.
I
Yeah.
feel like
know?
all of those are cool to be like, we tried that, cool.
Yeah.
And you're just almost doing it to be like, hey, let's try it. Maybe it could be cool. Maybe it could just be a pain in the ass. And we're
Yeah.
never doing
Yeah.
this again.
We're
Because I'm
not-
all for that. Try and be like, hey, this is really weird. Let's try it. And you're just, if it's too complicated, you're just kind of almost like,
it's
okay,
funny.
let's just like not do this again. Or maybe you'll fucking love it.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, that is very true. But like the scissoring type one, I feel like a modified version of that is like just sitting in the lap at an angle versus like facing each other like this. It's like kind of
Have you
complicated.
guys ever been with someone who kind of wanted you to do like weird positions that you just are just like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember like a long time ago, my significant other at the time bought a Karma Sutra book, and like wanted to try all these weird,
He's like,
crazy.
let's do this one. Just close your eyes, open the book, and point. Okay, we're gonna try on this one tonight. That kind of sounds fun.
Yeah, you learn different shit, but some of them, it's like, what the fuck? No. Like, what is the one, the wheelbarrow or whatever?
Oh
Oh
Like, what
god.
the
yeah.
The plow? Is
You're
Yeah,
it the
holding,
maybe
plow?
isn't
it's the
she on her
plow.
hands like a
Yeah.
push up and then he lifts her legs?
Yeah, what the fuck?
That'd be a workout for you too.
Yeah.
It would be. You would get a head rush for
Mhm.
sure. And
Yeah.
some I feel like some of these are head rush. It's like I guess you just want to try different things to
Yeah.
spice it up, try something different.
Yeah,
But I would agree
exactly.
that most of these are just like so extra.
Mhm.
One of the most Googled sex questions of 2023 was what is the speed bump position? Have you ever heard of that? The
Mm-mm.
speed bump position? I forgot which
I feel like that would be putting someone on a pillow almost.
it is.
So
It
it's
is. It's
yeah.
exactly that. But people were so confused. I don't remember what if it was like Love Island or it was one of the like dating shows that said where a guy mentioned this and people were going to Google saying like what's a speed bump position? And it's literally just a pillow.
Just a pillow.
Just a pillow.
Makes
Just a
sense because
pillow.
you're like
Yeah, it's a
that.
bump
Yeah.
underneath you and it lifts you.
Isn't that the one reason for that to hit G spot? I mean,
It's
because you're
just to go
lifting,
deeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
so
That's
you're
the
going
intent.
up. Yeah.
Yes. But I mean, you could also do face down with the pillow too, like we were talking about. Instead of just laying for the modified doggy, just putting the pillow under you. And it just gives that nice elevation, depth.
Does that have? I mean, have you guys done that? Does that feel better?
With
Uh,
the pillow? I mean, I've done it with the pillow, and yeah, I think
yeah.
it feels good. Definitely.
But it's not something where I'm always like
Not like, "Hold
grabbing
on,
a
let me grab my
pillow.
pillow real quick."
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. It's not to where like you need the pillow. It's where
Yeah.
you're like, if the pillow's there and somebody puts the pillow there, then you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It also works on the side of the bed too, like if you're doing one of the standing type positions.
But would you be able to feel a complete difference if you were laying flat compared to on a pillow?
I think so.
Yeah,
That-
definitely.
because it's the angle. It's like sleeping flat or sleeping elevated. There's such a
Mhm.
difference.
But
I know
isn't
it's a weird
one
comparison, but
fully hitting your G spot and the other one isn't fully hitting it? So wouldn't you like the pillow a lot more?
Yeah, but like I said, it's not like you're, like, thinking about it all the time, like, "I'm gonna grab my fucking pillow."
I'm not even thinking about like when I'm having like
When you're
when
in
I'm
the
having sex,
moment.
I'm not thinking about like, oh, hurry up and hit my G spot. Like if it gets hit, it gets hit. If it
Yeah.
doesn't, then okay.
You wanna hit it, turn around, and be in that V-up position you're talking about. There you go.
The V up position.
Your whatever the
Yeah.
valedictorian.
The
Yeah.
wheelbarrow?
Yeah.
Wait,
No, not
it's
the
not the
wheelbarrow.
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 There's also the seashell.
The seashell.
And I mean, that's literally just like one leg up, one leg down. But I feel like that's uncomfortable. So like
Okay.
kind of like the V, but like one leg's down, one leg's up. So it's like open like a clamshell is essentially the
Okay,
idea.
that's fun.
That's
Yeah.
a modification.
Mhm.
I feel like that leg on the bottom is gonna go numb
Yeah.
if you're in that position for too long.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be another good one for making you feel bigger and also good for curved dicks for all of our curved dick fans.
Good to know.
Good to know. And there's also the side cowgirl. I'm like, I don't know
Side
about that
cowgirl.
one.
I'm trying to picture this one.
Yeah, so it's like where the guy's on the back and you're sitting with your legs to the side. So,
Okay.
like he's here and you're sitting like this sideways.
Oh, I don't think I've ever tried that,
Why would you
I
do
don't
actually.
think
that?
I have
Just that just
either.
seems really uncomfortable. You have to
Yeah.
hold yourself up kind of, wouldn't you? I guess you could sit on it,
That
but
would be kind
I
of
guess you could sit
challenging.
on it.
Huh.
I
Yeah.
know it does sound challenging, but I mean, it's essentially like if reverse is this way, you're just like turning, just a little degree change.
Hmm.
But it's also like lacking the view of either of those two.
Exactly. Yeah. That's see.
I feel like people find their like 4 or 5 go-tos and they
Yeah.
just stick to those for the most part.
That actually got me thinking. What do you say is like the average number of positions that you use when you have sex?
Like during one sex
Like
session,
during one sex session, would you say you use one, two, three,
probably like 3 or 4.
three or four? Okay.
Because if you think about it, if you're switching, like you do one for 20 seconds, and you're like, okay, let's switch. Isn't it like as you guys don't you start being like, okay, I want to like enjoy this. We're just moving and switching too much in a way.
Yeah. I would say probably 2 to 3 for me.
Yeah.
Just depending. It also depends, like, is this a short session or is this a long
It's a
session?
quickie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If it's a
Yeah.
quickie, maybe it's only 1 or 2, you know? And if it's a little longer, maybe 2 or 3. But I agree. If you're switching like every second, like, oh, let's try this. Oh, let's try this. It's kind of like,
Yes.
okay, like you want to get your
We did
fucking
10
checklist
positions.
out and like start making
Get your
notes.
book. Let's try this.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
that's
wait, this one doesn't feel good. Let's flip to a different page.
God.
I mean, I suppose there could be a time and a place if you were exploring and you're like, hey, let's play a sex game. Like, let's try 5 positions tonight. And you choose them beforehand. You know, something like that. But
Yeah.
that's a lot. It's a lot of changing.
Yeah.
And especially if it's like, if you're not feeling it and it doesn't feel good, then you're like, oh, okay, well, let's go on to the next one. It's just like kind of mundane,
Yeah. I
even though it's
agree.
supposed to be spicy.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Lenny?
I think I'm all for changing it up, but yeah, not like every fucking few thrusts. Let's try this now. Let's try this, you know? So yeah, I think depending if quickie, maybe 1 or 2. And then if it's full on, then, maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And it depends on where you're at too.
Yeah.
You could be in the kitchen, just have your legs up on like sitting on the counter. You know what I mean? And just be
Yeah.
there the whole time.
Well, I'm sure
I'm
you
content with
guys
that.
know your go-to positions too that feel like the best for you. I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
most people have that. I mean, guys have their position where it's like, we got to wait for the end to do that one. 'Cause that one's going to put me like over the edge. I'm sure you guys have your positions. It's like, okay, let's do this and then this because I know this feels good.
Yeah.
I think there's a
Exactly.
correlation too between like, I can't remember. I wish I would have taken notes on this, but I believe there's a correlation between how many positions you use in a session and how often you have sex in a week. That kind of makes sense if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the more positions you use in a session, the more times you're having sex a week. And the less you use, say you only use one, you're
That
probably
makes
only having
sense.
sex once a week.
Yep.
You
That
know,
makes
it does make
sense.
sense because to use more positions means like, what do you think you have to do more? Talk,
Yeah.
communicate
Yeah.
what it is that you like and what you don't like versus just doing one just because like that's your
You could be
go-to.
having sex once a week and doing 10 positions
Yeah,
though.
that's true. That's true.
That's true.
That's very true. Good point.
Like our one
10 a lot.
4-hour-long sex session.
God.
No, thank you.
You're the Viagra. Get all of them done then. Whole sex marathon.
A whole sex marathon. Actually,
Oh.
what was I watching? I was watching something last night and there was like this couple and they were talking about how they did a 365-day sex challenge.
Oh, wow.
Once a day for 365 days. I'm like,
Just make it part of your routine, I guess. Right?
Could that
Do
be
you think-
just like
Wow.
super short sessions though? Like, oh fuck, we gotta have sex today. Damn it.
oh god damn it, we have to have sex. Maybe it could be anything. I like the idea of it being able to be anything sexually versus just like it has to be like an
Yeah.
actual penetration sex
Yeah.
session, you know? But the idea for the couple was for them to like re-spark their intimacy in their relationship. And I was like, that maybe
think
that would
that's-
work for people.
Do you think that's organic though? Or do you think it's like we have to? Oh yeah, we're doing that challenge right now.
I
Yeah.
mean, they sound like they really wanted to. They're like, oh, I can't
See-
wait to get back to our challenge.
I've heard of people, couples doing that for a month, but a whole year, that's a big commitment.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in a relationship, isn't that already
Yeah.
a big commitment? So, I mean, I don't know. It seemed like they were doing it just to like for fun, not
Yeah.
like their relationship was like in a bad place or something.
Just a challenge for
Just
them.
a challenge,
Yeah.
like, oh, let's
I wonder
spice
how
it
often they
up.
had sex after that.
I don't. Yeah, they're like, oh fuck, I need a year off. They're like, oh no, I can't ever have sex again now after that.
That's cool though. Good for them because you hear a lot of couples not having enough sex. So that's kind of fucking cool.
I would say most people complain that they don't have enough sex.
Yeah,
Versus like who complains that they have sex too much.
exactly.
Really? Like, fuck, I have sex way too much. Like, that person's gonna get bitch slapped.
Oh.
Like, imagine you're hanging out with somebody and they tell you about how they have sex too much. They're like, oh, I'm so over it. I just can't. It's just like, what? Oh, fuck. Well, I learned a thing or two today.
Mm-hmm. Always.
I'm always learning. If you guys have any sex positions that we missed that you think we should know about, please send us a DM.
Send us a DM. Share your sex stories with us.
Or
We'd
any
love to read
pictures, send
them.
them to them.
I knew you were
Pictures.
gonna say that. For some reason, I just knew you were gonna
Send
say
us your
like
sex positions.
send us
Send
some
them to Lynnie and Shantal.
Google images, preferably stick people,
Stick
or
people.
paintings, not self
Wheelbarrow,
portraits.
preferably.
Send Gary. We're gonna drop Gary's email in so that he can review all the images.
Yeah, and then next time I'm going to buy those little figure people, and we will revisit this and do our little demos.
We could just do little demos on the screen, probably.
True.
We might get banned from some places though.
That's true.
Awesome, guys. Well,
Alright.
thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. We forgot our little outro.
Oh,
I was
shit.
gonna say that.